Russian soldiers were ambushed. They were subjected to FPV drone attacks one after another, and nearly 20 soldiers died. Both countries suffer great losses in the relentless struggle. Do you think this war between Russia and Ukraine will be the war that starts the Third World War? How many more years will Russia and Ukraine endure this war? Do you think it is right to attack medical soldiers? Is the most powerful weapon on the battlefield tanks or FPV drones? Do you think Putin is aware of how many Russian tanks explode every day? Write your thoughts in the comments. Don't forget to subscribe. Another shot of the enemy's recent attempt to break through the defense of the positions of the 79th Separate Airborne Assault Brigade in the Novomikhailivka area. The enemy used a significant number of tanks, BMP and MTLB with infantry, but the attack was stopped. Bakhmut direction. Artillery and mortar fire on the invaders. Soldiers who got out of Russian vehicles were subjected to bomb attacks one after another in the forest area where they were safe. Border guards demolished 2 enemy observation posts in the Zaporizhzhia direction. The driver of the KAMAZ 65225 tractor during the persecution was forced to make an emergency stop to save his miserable life. Is it normal for a Russian tank to be blown up by a small bomb? Is the bomb strong or the tank weak? HIMARS destroys 2 BM-27 Uragan along with the crew in the Zaporizhzhia direction. Pilots of the 108th Territorial Defense Brigade successfully destroyed the Strela-10 Soviet anti-aircraft missile system, which allowed the enemy to hit air targets at low altitudes using an FPV drone. The Ukrainian armed forces destroyed a warehouse of military equipment of the occupiers near the village of Myronivsky in Donetsk region. Do you think Russian tanks are weak or drones are too strong? Be sure to write your thoughts in the comments. Don't forget to subscribe for more tank explosion videos. The commander of the air forces of the armed forces of Ukraine showed a blow to the control point of the Russians, who were on the ship. Destruction of the Russian BMP-3, which was filled to the brim with ammo, kamikaze drone Pegas, manufactured by Eskadron in Mariinka. Rare radar station Kasta for 660 million was destroyed by military control intelligence officers of the SBU and the Defense Forces. National Guardsmen disabled a powerful radio communication tower of the Russian occupiers in the south of Ukraine. The tower was attacked by a kamikaze drone. The Steel Border operatives have successfully disabled yet another Eye of Sauron, deactivating an enemy long-range visual surveillance system known as Murom-M in the Kharkiv direction. Border guards of the Garth Brigade destroyed the enemy's firing stronghold. places of shelter, Zhevusel, and warehouses with ammunition of the invaders. Nice video from the 30th Separate Mechanized Brigade. Great job, destroyed enemy, bright colors. The third-generation Russian tank T-90 received minor damage. Do you think it was destroyed? This is how the defeat of the elite Russian assault group of the 15th Separate Guards Brigade from the 47th OMBR looks like. Russian tank, thought to contain private information, was blown up by Ukrainian drones. Russian tank T-90 was brutally blown up. Unbelievable. How can the Russian tank survive this drone attack? Of course he can't do this. Escape from drones is almost impossible. You can only escape if the drone runs out of battery, because drones never get tired. The Russian tank, which fell asleep inside the tank in the early morning hours, was destroyed by an FPV drone attack. Ukrainian armored vehicle bombarded the Russian tank. The Russian tank just stood helplessly and waited to be destroyed. This Ukrainian tank attacked with all his might to avenge his friends. He targeted the soldiers in the forest area. The vehicle, which became an easy target in an open area, was destroyed by fire after being attacked by 2 drones. I'm sorry, but these 2 poor Russian soldiers are trying to escape from the FPV drone. It is almost impossible to escape from FPV drone. By the way, how did these soldiers not shoot each other? Very interesting. The Russian soldier made a very smart move and saved his own life at the last moment. It's very interesting how a tank can become like this with just an FPV drone. The tank was just moving on its own path, and it happened. The tank that went to help wounded soldiers was attacked by a drone. I want to comment on this video. What do you think this video can say? Write in the comments. Three tanks that set out to fight the Ukrainian army were attacked by FPV drones before they even started the war. 2 tanks were completely destroyed. Wounded soldiers hid. HIMARS is striking with cluster munitions at a large concentration of Russians in Kursk region. These enemy units were gathering to prepare for assault actions on Ukrainian positions. Russia has rolled over and abandoned the T-80 BVM of its armed forces. The anti-tank missile platoon of the 66th Separate Motorized Brigade destroyed 25 Russian tanks in 4 days in the Lyman direction. Among them, there's T-90 tank. While the Russian tank thought it was camouflaged with trees, it was spotted by Ukrainian FPV drones, and the tank was attacked. The tank took a big hit and became unusable. While the Russian tank was advancing in open terrain, it was followed and attacked by FPV drones. 24 Russian soldiers got out of the slightly damaged tank and quickly ran to the forest areas to save their lives.